Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Hey everyone, welcome back. If you haven't listened to part one, what are you doing? Go back and listen to that first.
But if you have listened to part one, sit down, crack a beer, and enjoy.
This is a question I thought about before. Like, obviously your heavily populated areas of your coast, like south, like more.
Just a small.
So what's the
Just a
middle of
small
it?
pocket.
Like just the same as SA, desert and
Desert,
free range
yeah.
to do whatever.
Yeah. So you've ever heard of all the doxing incident with the cops saying before they released the firearms legislation, they put a dot up on a map of where every firearm license or licensed firearm user is in WA. And they used that as propaganda to say, look, there's too many firearms.
I think you've seen that, and then it was a lot of kickback because it was a security risk for firearm owners.
Yeah.
Okay, well, get this. So it wasn't a security risk when the police minister gave it to the papers. But then if someone someone did a freedom of information to ask for that same map, and they said, no, it's a risk to public safety, so we're not going to release that information.
But the papers could have it.
But the papers could have it, and they could put it on.
Yeah,
It's double standards.
that is just pushing your agenda, eh? That's paying some dude
And then-
$50 under the table to be like, hey,
More than $50.
$50. What will you do for $50?
A few extra zeros on that.
oh, you know what? ZJ, I
don't wanna know.
If you got to ask what a ZJ is, then you can't afford it, mate. Right?
But there's a massive thing saying, firearms are tools and farmers need them, things like that. Like, I know farmers that like shooting, things like that, but a lot of the farmers that I know don't have time to be culling animals. So where do people voluntarily offer this service? Where the population is, the population's in the city. Cities have firearms in there. You're bound, where they are going to have more population, you're going to have more firearms. And according to our government, no, that's not on. You can't have firearms in the CBD. Well, city.
Was there talk of having firearms stored at ranges in WA?
Not at the moment.
No, okay.
So it's still firearms stored at your personal address.
Yep.
Yeah,
They,
I
are,
wasn't sure.
they are increasing safe. Like the issue. One of the main issues with the new proposed legislation is a lot of it refers to the regulations, which aren't. So they'll make the laws first, then they make the regulations afterwards. So no one knows what the regulations are going to say. So these will be interpreted in the regulations.
Yeah, okay.
So the devil will be in the details, which no one knows about.
Which happens afterwards, yeah.
This is where I got to admit, like, SA is pretty good. Like, we're pretty cruisy. We didn't have appearance laws that got brought in. We haven't had stuff, or we don't have public land to hunt on, but yet we're still
You can have
quite
laps,
blasé.
338 laps. You can have folders here.
With reason.
yes.
Yeah, we can have
Folders
folders
here as
here.
well.
Yeah.
And the paint-
suppressors.
Nah.
PDA is actually quite a good turnaround as well here. Yeah. Now, in the last probably 2 years, it's sort of changed. Yeah.
And you've got that tiered storage requirement over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which WA didn't adopt. They just decided to make their own one. So we don't know what that is yet. But they're talking about some unobtainium safes. That's essentially where it's going down. Yeah.
Look, I'm actually all for the storing a gun properly in a safe. I think that's something that US should adopt. When they talk about Australian law, I think a lot of it over there is to do with storage. I mean, you have incidences with kids and guns because they've got their Glock in their bedside table, in the drawer. Of course, if I was a 6-year-old boy, I'm going to go up to my dad's drawer and whip out that 9 and have it start messing around with it.
Shooting some spiders
No,
in the house.
well, look, I'm going to, but if it's locked away, well, I don't have access. It's not a problem.
I've got two things to add there. One, Australia is never going to be like the US. For
No.
listeners out there.
Yeah.
It just cannot possibly. We don't have that culture.
Correct.
Two, when I was in primary school, I grabbed a sawn-off 22, dressed up as Ned Kelly. So I made the whole this was a costume party for school, primary school. Got the dryzer bone on, burned up the whole tin helmet, found the stepdad's old sawn-off 22, which was used as an ornament, and went to school with it. Guess what happened?
Nothing.
You got an award?
Oh, got close.
Best costume.
Got a good costume, yeah. I didn't quite win, but the headmaster just says, give that back to you. And then on the way back, he gave it back to me, put me on the bus with that.
So gave you the rifle or the pistol.
Sawn off
22.
20, so illegal. Sawn off.
Back to you to go on the school bus. Yeah,
Jump on the school bus. I won't tell you where I grew up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So it's a country town? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Wow.
So that's where it's at. Get out of the city and just get into the country.
But that's, yeah.
It's not like that now, but it's still not as bad as the city.
How weird's this, right? You do that, yet we have the licensing and we go and hunt public land in Vic or New South, and you immediately, as you're driving into that bit of public land, feel like you're doing something illegal because you've got a gun in the back seat and you're like,
Like, I guess, yeah, coming from SA and all that you're not used to going in the view of other people where, like,
let alone
it
a
could
school.
be campers or whatever.
Well, let's face it, it's a school.
And yeah, when you're walking along and you're in visual from the track and you see a car coming through, you feel like you almost need to hide and you're like,
Yeah.
what am I? No, I
I'm
didn't
allowed to be
hide.
here.
But that's the
We're
thing.
fine.
you
But
just-
that's the mentality these days of shooters. We sort of need to stay in the dark. But that's what's shooting us in the foot.
I think, yeah, loud and proud
Yeah.
would be, well, going forward, maybe not too loud, like,
You're not really arrogant
if only
about
we
it, but
had,
yeah.
if only we had a good campaign with like real bright colours.
I was literally about to say
real bright people.
Yeah, we can put these bright colours on in our shirts and shit, and parade.
all dye hair blue.
Yeah.
Everyone's been to the US.
No, I'm going at the end of the year, actually.
Right. Oh, so it's just totally different there. It is, everyone shoots over there.
It's a culture over there.
Part of the
And it used to be a culture here.
Yeah.
It's just, where do we go wrong with that? Yeah. 86 or 96 obviously
Old
changed a
Toyota
lot, but-
Hilux ads. What's he got in his back windscreen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Was that a band?
No, he's got the gun rack in the back.
Gun rack in the back.
Yeah.
The New Zealand one. Yeah. Gun rack in the back.
Yeah.
So New Zealand, it's a big culture over there as well, eh?
There's a lot more of a hunting culture in New
Hunting
Zealand,
culture.
Yeah.
for sure. Actually, one question I was going to ask you about WA, is there a hunting culture or is it a pest control culture?
We would say hunting, but it's actually pest control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
what do you guys got the hunt over there?
Culling. Oh, look, there are places that have deer, donkeys, camels.
Yep.
There are pigs cutting around as well.
The zoo don't appreciate it, though, do they?
But most of it, is
Yeah.
pest control.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's very different. Like, because we definitely have a hunting culture. Like, yes, there's the pest control, helping the farmers out, all that sort of stuff. But there's definitely
So
those species that
Also-
you sort of desire and you go after.
You got the heat there as well. So,
Yeah, true.
And it's long and flat. So, people aren't walking around, with their 308 with the one magazine and having their one shot. It's usually vehicle mounted stuff because of the distances they travel, and it's culling at night time. Usually, like that's a generalisation.
Yeah.
You'd be getting buff and stuff up far north, wouldn't you? In WA? Or are they just really in the NT? Yeah.
I think they're in NT. They must be up there.
They have to be.
Yeah, I think they are.
It's through
the
the
cross.
Yeah. You would think so.
But I can't.
Oh, someone might listen.
I'm not experienced.
Have you been to the Kimberleys? No.
Not only, but no.
Oh man, we should all make.
one place I wanna
We should
go.
all go right now.
Now.
Up there, barra fishing. I'll bring the tinny, the Dorito, mate. Let's go. We can all fit in.
Soggy
There
Dorito.
ain't no boat laws in WA for
Yeah,
like.
no, they brought that in there.
Okay.
You used to be able to get on the can. Can't do it. And now, it's fishing's. They've cut the fishing, the demersal fishing time down by 3 months in the year.
The what?
Basically snapper and dewfish.
Yeah, okay.
Used to be able to catch them a certain period
At least
of the
you
year.
can catch snapper there.
Seasonal now.
It's seasonal, but they've compressed the season.
Is snapper still banned here? Can I say?
Yeah.
Not
so
banned, it's seasonal.
Seasonal,
Oh, they've gone to
seasonal.
seasonal
here
now,
it's banned.
because it was banned here.
Recreational
This is
snappers
the thing.
banned.
So you got Tommy Ruff here, or you call him herring. We call him herring. You call him Tommy
Yeah,
Ruff.
we call him Tommy Ruff.
Bag limit. Ours was 6 and it's moved to 12. It went from 60.
Oh, Tommy's.
So they're moving.
We catch them for chum.
Yeah. So they the fishery is generally well managed. Was managed. So crayfish are managed well. You get different opinions with snapper and dewfish, which we call demersals. They hang out sort of mid-water and down. But long story short, they're just cutting back those seasons in the interest of, which is fish for the future, but there's other ways to do it, supposedly. I'm not real into the science, but
Look, you could probably do it by like just cutting down the amount of exports international, and then just keeping it all local at a certain regulated level.
It's
I
not
mean,
the money
I'm
though
sure
for
I
you,
just
is it?
pissed off a lot of.
well, in saying that,
Like commercial fishermen.
commercial fishermen gave up some of their quota to go back to the recce's.
Really?
My understanding.
Oh, okay.
That's
Someone could prove
outstanding.
me wrong, but it wasn't a big quota to start with. But you can still fish during some of the spawning season, which is where you murder them.
Okay.
That's probably something you should. There's a whole fucking kick up about it, big stink, and the government didn't listen.
Yeah. That's not surprising. Man.
Hey, Tommy, you're a bit of a keen fisho. What do you get up to in New South Wales, fish-wise? What's your go-to?
He likes the old barracuda.
I was going to say, certainly not trout. Yeah.
Spiker trout.
No, so generally speaking, it's hunting the silver ghost, the dewies, mate.
You guys chase dewies in Sydney.
Fucking oath.
Really?
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Mate, you guys got to come down south, mate. We got the best dew fish ever.
So,
You know we are down south, yeah.
South of where we are now.
More, right?
Southport, yeah. So I did do a trip, back in 2017, down here. Tried getting to Yalada and get to Dog Fence and do a mad amount of dewy fishing down there. Didn't actually end up getting there. Stopped in Fowlers because the reports back from Yalata and Dog Fence was pretty piss poor. So we just hung in Fowlers Bay and just cleaned up on whiting, which was fucking unreal anyway. Bagged out on Southern Cow, and yeah, I mean, generally speaking, the most fishing that I've done recently in New South Wales has all been for calamari, all out of Jarvis Bay, and once you hit the honey hole, it's just unreal, and you can like my brother and I hit up Jarvis not so long ago in sort of early Feb and ended up bagging out. It was just unreal. Ended up getting close to 10 kilos of calamari, eating for a week, like absolute kings, like feeding the family. It was
That's
just
what you
unreal.
want.
Yeah,
10 kilos a week, that's a lot of calamari.
it was a lot of cow and plenty of bait for the dewy fishing as well. So, plenty of dewies around and, haven't done so much targeted dewy fishing recently, but yeah, it's general like any sort of fishing I'm all for. Used to have a lot of good access to harbour boat fishing, but recently mainly land based now. So yeah. But mad keen.
There's nothing like fishing off of a boat, man. Like it beats beat fishing. Having said that, there's a spot here down in the Coorong where we do a lot of dew fishing, and it is good.
Yeah,
I have to admit, you can just light a big fire, put your rod out, drink piss, do nothing, and you'll generally get a fish at some stage.
Eventually, that's just generally
more chance of fish. You're going to get one between all of you.
What did we spend? Was it 3 days?
It was
no. We went.
Was this the last fishing trip that you guys
the one, and we got nothing,
dude. The wind blown event.
Yeah, that's the one. We almost got a cold.
Swell
That's what we did.
was just ridiculous for trying to fish in, man. It was stupid.
It was ridiculous trying.
We
to
should have
actually
just cut it.
Get the boat through the wind.
Yeah, it was, but we should have just cut it. To be honest,
We should have. But at the end of the day,
It was good fun.
It was about the adventures.
yeah, we
about
had a
time with
broke
your mates.
trailer,
Yeah.
which, by the way, actually, you owe me $140 for because
What now?
well, I'm living between two homes.
I bought you a new wheel arch.
No. So to get it fitted and the light put on was $140.
So do you know the story about this, Damon?
No.
What actually happened?
No, I'm very intrigued. Very intrigued.
All right, Josh, you can speak.
Go on,
You're
tell it from your
passionate.
perspective.
No. You do it. You start it.
Josh cracked the shits for half of it. So, so we went fishing on the way back. So we were hungry.
Just to put it out here, right? This
might
is
as well
like
tell
a
us.
million.
Catch anything.
Tell us,
Did you catch
Josh.
This
anything?
is like $1 million yacht, right? These guys should be grateful to come onto this yacht. Okay.
Whose $1 million yacht is it?
This was
Mine.
a CJ tinny.
It's called the Soggy Dorito.
Dorito.
Yeah, the fans have nicknamed the Soggy Dorito, and we're going to stick with it.
And there's been damage to the boat both times that I've towed it and I've been driving. The big trip we're talking about, I inquired as to whether the bimini
Wait,
should
that
be-
wasn't your fault.
No, the bimini was not my fault, right? So I
Beg to
inquired the owner of the boat sitting over there as to whether the bimini should be tied down.
And the bimini was facing forward.
It was just facing forward.
And it should be right.
Yeah.
And
pretty much.
I said, we're doing 100 Ks an hour. Is that going to stay where it is? No, it'll be fine. Of course, it blows back on itself and breaks.
No. I'm gonna
minute
give you
later,
some more
fucking
context.
went.
No. So we're doing like 140, and he's hitting railway tracks, and like the Bimini's going to be fine. No, it's not going to be fine. You've just got airborne off a railway tracks. Of course, it's going to lift that Bimini up.
Turn it up.
Typical
mate.
Josh.
There's some
Just-
mate.
No, these guys are cooked, and you're going to take his side. And you're like, oh. So that's fine.
And then the second time, which I think was the first one. It
was.
the second one.
That was the second one. The first one, all right, that
Was
was,
the wheel
my
arch.
fault. The wheel arch.
Yeah, so we'll come back from fishing, and we're hungry. And the discussion was Hungry Jacks or KFC.
Whichever
The burgers are better at Hungry
whichever
Jack's,
comes,
mate.
Yeah.
whichever we see first, we'll go.
Yeah, so, and then KFC was on the opposite side of the road. So we're like, oh, KFC it is. We turned to the street before, went around the block to try and get in. And it surprised me when you actually took that turn. But we turned in and there was a car wash on the left and then like the small car park. And you got a boat on, you got to find somewhere to park. So Caleb just ripped to the left and was going to go through the car wash. So turned in and we're both like, we're going to have room? And then you sounded confident when you're like, yeah, she'll be right. I get halfway around and then the wheel arch of the trailer just scraped on the wall of the car wash and made some god-awful noise because
And
it
the
was
boat.
rubber on the boat as well. I won't forget the boat, the old CJ. So, and I think from that moment on, Josh cracked his shits good time.
It's the first damage to the boat, which is
It
fair.
was. And it was
What I didn't
Well,
realise
it
was the
wasn't,
wall on the
actually.
car wash was like a 45
yes,
degree
it was
angle.
leaning.
So it looked like there was clearance, but the wall actually angled
I
into
forgot
the
about
side
that
of the boat.
bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it wasn't the first time the old CJ got damaged. But the thing is,
how
Because you made out like it was.
Yeah. The way you carried on.
I didn't say a word. I just
Exactly.
didn't go into Hungry Jack's with you or KFC,
KFC,
with you
mate.
because I didn't want to eat KFC.
No, you crack the shits.
That's simple.
So when you crack the shits, you get real quiet because usually you're a bit mouthy. So, So when you crack the shits, you just go dead quiet, and then you're like, "Oh, you're right, Josh."
That's
No,
not
I'm right.
cracking the shits,
I'm right.
then.
I'm right. So yeah, it was you full on cracked it.
Look, I was just looking at the damage of the boat and the trailer, and there's a fair bit. I'm surprised it still floats, but it does. There's a bit of leakage and
Just leans to one side, does it?
Yeah,
Because it's a little less aluminium.
yeah, pretty much.
Aluminum.
No, the first time was when I was bringing the boat in from a beach landing and the missus reversed the car. Kept coming. I'm like, stop. And she's like, ouch. I'm like, yeah, great. That's all right.
So she's had a rough run.
She has.
Anything
It's a good
else?
boat, though.
You punished her by giving her a kid.
Yeah, maybe you should sell the boat because you're not going to use it again.
Nah, I was going to go out tomorrow, actually.
Any plans with that boat? Anything different with it? Have you mounted that seat yet?
Nah,
Didn't
not
you have,
probably.
That was like 12 months ago. You got
I was
that?
going to put the floor in. So get this right. CJ advertise they do floors and a casting deck. I rang them. They don't. I'm like, well, why is there on your website? Like, dead set, it says accessories, and you scroll down and it's got floor, casting deck. I'm like, great.
So no dice.
No.
But then if you mount a floor in there, it voids warranty, doesn't it?
Yes, if you do it, it voids warranty.
Yeah.
You can't
I
fix
run
anything
them.
to the hull,
Yeah.
otherwise that voids warranty.
Yeah. But yet it's on their website as accessories. I'm like,
See, what
So
you need to do
if,
is
hang on, if anyone
nuts
from
some ribs
CJ
into
listens to this, give me a damn casting deck and floor, would you?
I think you need to get like a floating floor that sort of like sits in there quite well.
They do it.
That doesn't.
That's
need
on
to
their
be-
website as well.
Well, they
do.
don't because you asked for it.
Well,
Is
Yeah,
this,
okay.
is this a tiller setup or is it a helm setup? Or
no, a little tiller steer, little 20. Yeah. Little short transom.
what is it, a 420?
3.7 metre Nomad.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Little
So yacht.
jaunt across the bay.
Basically, yeah, well, it's the best thing that these two are going to get on.
It's way better than no boat, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
it does the trick.
Best boat's your mate's boat.
You'll catch tuna in it.
It does the trick unless there's like a 20 kilometre wind. Yeah, we struggled in the Coorong, mate. We're not going out for tuna. And again, there's no.
So this year, I went out to some of the roughest waters in the world, supposedly, right? And this beautiful, what's Josh's boat? It's not a classic, right?
bar crusher.
But yeah, Bar Crusher.
And
it was dead flat. It's dead flat, like a glass off between KI and mainland. The whole day.
Just full glass
It's
out.
like
Oh,
dead,
you went out with Josh?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, dead.
Oh, so you could have
dead
taken the
still.
tinny out there.
Yeah, could have.
Yeah.
Could have. The whole way there and the whole way back, and it would have been fine.
How long is it to get out there?
Oh,
How
look.
long does it take? Would the CJ make it out in one tank?
Of course
Actually,
it
that
would.
does all right.
We'd
That
have
does
to
all
do
right.
the
Got a
math.
glass out
We'd
with,
have to do
with
the
the right
math.
tides. Sure.
It's only like
Yeah.
20 Ks, I think.
If
from-
Caleb's fat ass wasn't in the boat, we could be out there.
Leave the calves behind.
If your fucking giant ass tent wasn't in there, more like.
Hey, I was comfy.
I was happy for that tent, actually.
Exactly.
Saved us from the weather.
Exactly.
That would have been miserable if we didn't have that.
Here we go. When you guys are out hunting, what are you rolling? Tent was.
Yeah.
I got a rooftop.
Oh yeah.
James Baroud.
He's on the Bellagio, mate. the top level.
The
Luxury.
penthouse.
I've recently upgraded to an Oztent RS1. which
I
is,
did see that, actually, in a photo.
Yeah,
recently.
so good old Anaconda shout out. They had a club sale, which was virtually half price,
Yeah.
and I upgraded to that.
Have
This is
you
the
considered
original
the
Dacia.
stretcher for underneath it?
I've got that as well.
You've got the stretcher?
Yes.
So
So
I'm about to upgrade myself, yeah.
it is a big package, though. It's a massive package. So try
what
to
she
find the
said.
space.
Might as well just get a rooftopper. By the time
Try
you
to find the space for
I
that.
don't want to do it. I can't.
Caleb can't climb up elevations, so he needs to be ground level. Yeah, knee height
Stretcher
or
for
below.
him's
it is,
even
yeah.
pushing it.
You'd be able to jump up with those cars. wouldn't you?
No, it's quite deceiving.
So,
It's all for show.
Not from mobility, no.
It's funny you say that, Tom, because I actually did recently look into
Walk up a hill.
an RS. Oh, fuck off. An RS1. Well, you talk then, go. I did look into the RS1 Plus stretcher, and you're looking at over $700 for that setup, basically.
Yeah, with the right timing within the year of I think Anaconda's sales.
Getting the right sales, yeah.
Is it worth it though?
It is very comfortable.
It's
for
a super
big boy.
easy setup.
For a big boy,
Yeah.
like myself, 150 plus. Yeah, it's a good rig. So,
I'm looking at the Oztent Bunker Pro at the moment, which is 550, but it's all in one. And it's the thing that was killing me with the RS1 setup was how long that bag is.
yeah.
So you're not really saving a heap of space over a normal swag.
Yeah, but you're not 12 anymore, man.
No,
Look at yourself. You can barely get off the bed at home, mate, and that's like normal.
You watch him get out of bed.
So the only thing I'll say about the Bunker Pro, if with a stretcher combo, is the insulation that you're going to get. So if you want it to be a warmer night, just get on the ground because
cold doesn't phase me. So
Does it?
I'll put it. No, I'll put a.
Yeah.
I'll put a sleeping mat in there anyway.
for that insulation, that
A bit of
separation.
insulation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So I reckon that's what I'm going to go with soon because I've got like the double swag when I go over the misses. I've got the single swag, which has done its dash, like it's starting to fall a bit. So I want to go a new single swag setup, and I want to be off the ground. But I didn't want to go like two separate components.
Why don't you go bigger so you when you go out with your missus, you can just go
No,
like
because I just want a Gucci setup for just me, and then when I
Just
go
get
over
a-
there, she's fine with it.
Just get a lay flat hammock. You see, Josh sent me that, and I'm like, that's tempting. So this hammock has just like almost a framework in it where you actually lay flat like a bed, but it's a hammock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm
I couldn't do
very
it, man.
tempted.
Nah.
Just because of the times when you go backpack hunting or something like that, or anywhere.
Honestly, I think you'd roll into each other, but
A hammock.
yeah, absolutely.
Roll into each other.
Well, it's a hammock.
Who would
Yeah, we're always going to roll in.
We're talking about a solo sleep here, not with
Solo.
someone else.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So he wants to update his solo.
Yeah, I want a
sleeping kit.
Gucci solo setup.
Come on, get with it, Tom.
What's the matter with doing a like outing tarp tent?
So the
Just
what?
like
The
bed
reason
Go
I
the old hoochie.
the reason I go a hammock though,
I've got that
is because you're just above the ground. You don't have to worry about how the ground situation is. Like when we were in Vic, we found a good spot where we could have camped, but every rock was just littered with rocks or volcanic rock.
Then you've got to figure
and
out
you turn one
somewhere to
over,
hang
it's
it.
just an ant nest.
You guys seen the
You get plenty.
Heliox?
You
Yeah,
just don't camp in the desert, Josh.
The Heliox stuff's pretty good. Although,
Have-
I mean, I've
not
been
sure.
targeted pretty hard with the Nike hammocks or whatever they are as well.
Yeah,
The,
you'd struggle with insulation though. You need
but
it
that's
pretty
the
good.
thing,
yeah.
right? Yeah,
But if you're
any
packing
sort of-
in,
Yeah,
that's really super lightweight stuff.
true.
Yeah, when we backpack hunt, we just put a hoochie up and
Lay on
lay
the
on a
ground.
sleeping mat.
Yeah.
Spoon.
That spoon of
It's
skull.
spoon for warmth.
Spooning happens way too much in this group.
It's amazing how many bodies you can fit under like a 1x2 hoochie.
You just need to learn how to pack on some insulation, I think.
Yeah, that's why we bring each other.
Mate, the dad bod is happening
Yeah.
quicker than I anticipated.
When was the last time you were at the gym, mate?
Man, I've got a bung shoulder and arm actually, and I have taken the week off.
Sounds like dad excuses.
It does.
100%.
You know,
That's how it starts, man.
A
That's how
real
it
dad
starts.
would just power through it.
Nah, man. I need some more of that colostrum or something.
You've changed, Josh.
I should bring this up. Are you going to talk about this or not?
Let's do it.
Will you talk about
do
it
it.
if I question on you?
Sucking the boobies.
Just do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, bro.
How's it taste?
Sweet.
Sweet?
Yeah, sweet like candy. Right?
I know I've asked you this on the potty before, like whether you would try.
Look, the colostrum looked kind of weird because it was like yellow, and
Yeah.
it looked like liquid fat.
Yeah,
It did. It was
no,
yellow.
I've seen
it
it.
was really
Yeah,
yellow,
it's
and I'm like, oh,
Doesn't look appetizing.
that's not. Look, cow's milk's white. Like,
Yeah.
really white, but no, that's colostrum.
Oh, no. If you let cow's milk sit unpasteurised, then it'll cream up.
Look, yeah, but I mean, it looks whiter than this. This looks like when your dehydrated piss is thick.
How thick are you pissing?
What is your piss
Milky,
thick?
milky.
What is your piss
Like
thick?
milky thick, like, you know, when it's like that real yellowy.
How do you
like,
ever relate
deep
piss
yellow.
to milk?
I think you had an STI,
What's-
bro.
Starchy.
Jeez.
Did it sting as well?
A little bit
You
fiery.
might get that checked, eh?
Oh, mate, that's wrong.
Jesus.
I still judge you hard. Like that's weird. It's pretty weird to even try it.
You've tried other people's tit milk, mate.
I've told you
We've
this story.
covered this.
That was an accident.
No, it wasn't.
It was an accident.
100% you
Why
were
is
like...
it weird to try it? Thanks, Damon. Maybe close the door next time. Why is it weird to try it?
Oh, look, I don't think it's not that weird, but
So yeah, it's just Josh is weird.
in the privacy of your own home with your significant other, like
Yeah, well, you're not going down the street and asking about for it, are you? Hanging around in the milk aisle, going, I haven't got my flavour.
oh well, like have you reaped the benefits health wise from this?
Look, my shoulder's not right still, so no.
Yeah, but how if you just like had a sip and going, that's weird, and I'm not doing it again?
If it was a miracle cure, everyone would just be drinking human breast milk.
Was it
All right,
warm or
so
cold?
I thought...
Like, did you
that
wait for it to cool
when a
down before
chick-
drinking it?
When a chick milked, you were getting like a litre of milk out of those titties, right? No.
What the fuck?
It's like 60 mils. I'm like, bro, that's not enough to feed anyone. Look, dead set.
This is concern.
Look, this is another thing about being naive and not having a kid before. Is I thought 100%. I thought like I'm expecting 600 mils.
You
like,
just suddenly thought
cup,
the tit
like,
just
at
turned into
least.
full milk. Like
no,
there's
I
nothing
thought
else.
it was just gonna. I thought you were milking a cow and getting a pail of water or milk. Milk out of it. Like, nah, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, wow.
Look, how am I supposed to know without having a child?
That's a fair.
No, like
that's a fair.
trying it's all good. It's just your
Cassie, you're sitting there going, yeah, I thought that too. Like, but you just keeping quiet. So
Thought what?
A fool. That a chick would produce like a litre of milk.
no.
out of
It's
her
got to be
tits.
like let's think about this for a bit. Maybe over time for sure.
Maybe, oh,
Oh, obviously over a period of time there'll be at least a litre going.
I'd love to check the record. Like, what's the most amount produced per day?
I bet you would.
What? Wait, someone
Curiosity.
someone Google that.
Someone please Google what is the most human breast milk produced per day.
Damo's up.
Surely it's a Guinness World Records or something.
Work phone looking up mammary.
It's a good topic starter for the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Nah, there's been a whole heap of stuff that I just didn't even think it was possible.
Has it changed you? How's it changed you?
Oh, he's got any spark back.
Yeah, well, he's got a
Yeah,
bit of zush about him.
100%.
Oh, look,
There's probably a bit of weight on his shoulders pre.
yeah, look, with everything that's going on health-wise, yeah,
Oh, here we go.
a litre.
Go on, Caleb. Read her out.
What is the world record human breast milk? Elizabeth Anderson Sierra has a rare medical condition called hyperlactation syndrome. The mum produces so much breast milk, she pumps for 5 hours a day and donates it to premies. She has the Guinness World Record for donating the equivalent of in milk of 800 2-litre bottles of Coke.
Holy shit.
Wow.
You just picked the wrong chick.
So she's donated 1,600 litres.
1,600 litres over what period? Like, that's...
I'm sure if you click on the link and actually go into the
I don't
details.
That's on the work.
It's like, how deep do we want to go down that rabbit hole? Well, there you go. There's a condition, hyperlactation.
Yeah, you probably get a litre out of her.
Sign up, John.
Oh, look, it's super weird, man. I think in the car we said, like, I didn't really, like, I've missed people in my life, but it's kind of weird. Like, at the end of a day, you've had a rough day. Like, I just think of her and I'm like, want to go see her. It's kind of weird. Super weird. Super hard to describe. And I'm pretty sure my missus doesn't even think about me anymore. She just thinks about her. So
It is funny. Like, I sort of had to explain to my missus who, like my current missus who doesn't have kids, well, we don't have kids together. She doesn't have kids anyway. I've got kids. I don't know why I made that so hard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's drunk waffle.
I've got kids from my previous marriage. She doesn't have any kids, and she's found it hard to understand how I don't miss her as quickly as she misses me. And I had to explain to her that I've had to train myself, because I don't have my kids all the time, to not be as susceptible to that feeling of missing someone. Because to have your kids 1 week and then not, or like not see them for a week at a time, if you felt how much you miss them on a daily basis, it would just absolutely wreck you, because you just miss. It's like they're like a part of you. You just miss them so much. So I've almost had to train myself out of that. So when I go away for a week, like it takes me a few days to miss her. I love her to bits, but she'll miss me after like a day.
You've got 2, so there's your first problem. You're only missing 1.
I think he's talking about Mrs.
No, I'm
child.
talking about missing my missus. She doesn't understand how long it takes me to miss her versus her missing me.
Right, okay.
But it's because I've weaned myself off that feeling of missing someone, because I've had to be away from my kids.
Oh, look.
It's hard.
And the girls versus your missus. Who's coming first?
Ooh. Yeah, if you had to, like, capsize the boat, right?
Oh, yeah. Kate Winslet that. There's a door and there is only room for 1.
There's enough room on that door, my friend.
You got a spare life jacket, and all 3 of them can't swim.
Look, it's hard.
Well, you give away your life jacket for
Yeah, of
starters.
course. Like you'd go down and save them.
I think you're sinking anyway. So
But-
Oh, with those carbs, he dies.
the lead
Drown
weight.
himself, won't he?
Yeah, it's a hard one. But no, it's
Look,
it's very different.
and a missus is replaceable on this theory.
Oh, fuck it out. He's up.
It sounds like you're upgrading
is
to
it
the
Mrs.
3 litre a
Tune into
day
this?
model.
I mean, I'm just never going into the ocean again.
See you, CJ.
You definitely wouldn't be the biggest fish in the ocean.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, dear.
So who would you save?
Boat.
Oh, yes, that is a perfect answer.
You're asking me who to pick out of my,
Yeah, I
my
asked the
twin
question.
daughters or my missus.
Yeah, we want an answer.
Can't be
I
answered,
don't think
surely.
you can answer.
No, we want an answer.
It's impossible.
Pick one. Pick
No,
two.
I've
Pick two out of
got
the
him
3.
going now. He's not going to let it go.
You can do a child and a missus, a child and a child, or that's it.
That's an impossible
See,
scenario.
you could sit there and you got your spare life jacket, so you got one.
You'd save your kids first.
You give
because
the life
they're-
jackets to the children,
Yeah, yeah.
and
They're
then
the future.
you hold your missus up and you drown trying, and she survives. All of them survive. You die.
Wouldn't it just be Harper? What Harper and
Your favourite.
yeah,
Because that's the only daughter
and you've got a favourite.
Yeah.
Even if I
Wouldn't
did, I
you
wouldn't
just
say.
Give it to the 2 kids, and then the 2 adults can swim like adults.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I mean. Like you'd save your kids first, and then the adults.
What if
can
your
hopefully
missus had a stroke and half of her body's paralysed?
It's a typical Josh skewing the story just to try and get the answer he wants.
always shifting the goalposts. Always shifting the goalposts. I mean, have you guys had any hairy scenarios out like fishing?
Where you had to choose your children or your kids?
We do
I mean,
actually
your
often
missus-
ask this question to people. Like, have
Yeah.
you had any like crazy, dangerous scenarios?
You know the spot, Bluefish Point, New South Wales.
Yeah.
So used to be a mad live bait kingy fisherman. So me and a mate got up at Duck's Fart, grabbed some live yellowtail, 20-litre bucket of water, and climbed down the cliff to get to this fishing spot. We've never been there, righto? So there's a highway. Well, we didn't know there was a highway to get there, and then there's a low way. And a big southerly swell was coming in, not breaking, just a nice rolling swell. And there's this rock that looks like a pulpit, right there. And you had to get across that to get to the fishing platform. And it was about ankle deep water when the swell rolled in. And it was pitch black. It was about 4 a.m. Had the cleats on, 20 litres of the bucket in the back, big LV rod. Fuck it, I'm just going to run. Started running and then just heard water coming out the back. And it pretty much pushed me up the top of this pulpit. So I was like this, and then I was like that, and then I was like that, and then it dragged me back. And I dug my cleats in. Everything fell off, and tore Achilles at that time. It was like fucking shit. And then I thought, yep, I'm free. And then the next one pulled me over the back. All right, then I had to swim from Bluefish Point. It was pitch black, and my mate was still on the rocks. And he could see my headlight on. I couldn't hear what he was saying. He could hear me. And I said, I'll I'll meet you at the blackfish spot.
Yeah.
So I just get swimming and it's like I'm bleeding, all my hands are bleeding, my ankle's fucked. I kept my boots on, ditched everything, and I got there at sunrise and I was fucked.
How far was this?
Not far, but
Yeah.
It's enough.
it's enough.
It's dark and you're
It's
in.
dark and it's scary. And,
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, got there, he pulled me in. I was like, fuck. It's like, where's the car keys?
No.
Yeah, nice.
So we got stuck down this cliff for a while. Yeah.
Crikey.
So I can still hear when I hear that rush of water.
Just takes
I'll
you back.
still get. Yeah.
Bit of
I used to be a
PTSD.
mad rock fisherman.
Not anymore?
WA is different. The coastline where I'm at, it's just no waves.
Yeah, okay.
You got to go north or south.
So you obviously be quite safe around the swells now, since then.
Yeah, old age.
you
Yeah.
just- You're on stable footing. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wouldn't just be Achilles now, it'd be a hammy and your hip and then
I've still got the scars. That's from there,
from
but that was
hard
all
work,
before that.
hurry up.
Just ghosting yourself, are you?
Far out. What about yourself, Tommy? Anything a bit hairy?
Probably very similarly, to be honest. We were rock fishing up at Avoca on the flats up there, and it was, yeah, again, got up at Duck's Fart and got out there and tried to beat the rush midweek. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is, up on the Avoca rocks up there is just, yeah, fishermen everywhere. Anyway, yeah, trying to count the sets and spinning for a good hour. Got a couple of good kingies. Bonito was happening. It was a good morning. And then, yeah, just one of those rogue waves, and I'd had my back turned, and then, yeah, it took me out. I was luckily wearing a life vest. Went for a tumble, and if anybody knows of Avoca rock pools, there's what they call the champagne pools, and I ended up falling into one of them, which effectively saved me going any further up the rock platforms. But yeah, I looked like a scored pork roll ready to be roasted because I was all sorts of scratched up. But yeah, lost the GoPro, lost a bit of tackle. That was pretty gnarly. Like, that was a bit of a wake up call for rock fishing.
Yeah.
I had not an Australian standards life vest, but regardless, I had a life vest on, which I was certainly grateful for. But it honestly doesn't matter how calm you think the day is going to be. That rogue wave caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people lost tackle that particular wave, and yeah, it was pretty gnarly. That's probably the closest I've sort of felt, not necessarily unsafe, just so caught off guard that there was sort of panic ready to be set in, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest times. And then had a rogue wave over the bow of the boat once, and that was pretty gnarly. That was dead set in the middle of the harbour, almost under the harbour bridge in Sydney, and that was pretty gnarly. And again, that was sort of a non-event in the end, but it was just one of those wake-up calls that anything can happen at any time, and it's like you've always got to be prepared, making sure that, again, safety gear is paramount in any sort of situation like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter your sort of boat, like, yeah, tiny little tiller that's, got 15 horsepower. It's, yeah, make sure you've got the right gear, because fuck, anything can happen. Seriously, it's just one of those things.
Probably worse with those small boats, man, because
Exactly,
people
yeah,
think they're
100%.
more capable than what they are, and you're like, no.
Kind of like the
No.
CJ.
Hey?
Kind of like the CJ.
Yeah. We shouldn't have been out there that weekend, bro.
Out there, there's not a whole lot can go wrong.
Well, we
It
could
just makes
swim
your day
to the
hard.
shores, which
Yeah.
like the harbour,
The
you'd
wind
be
was
able to at
blowing
least
the
swim.
boat to the
Where
shores.
were
What are
you
talking about?
again?
We're at Twitchery, so just out in the mouth.
We're in the Coorong.
Yeah,
So-
inside,
At the end of
so
the day.
not So we had like land to swim either way.
Yeah.
Sort of like, as I said, the harbour.
Yeah. So it was more. It wasn't wave height. It was more wind strength.
It was
that done us in.
Yeah.
And like Damo, you probably don't know about it, but we're cruising along and we're doing all right until we hit to the mouth of the actual river, at the Coorong to the ocean, and the wind was just howling through there. And we're like, oh yeah, we'll go through. And as we hit the wind, we just start turning because this
No bar
wind is
there?
just pushing us to the
Sandbar or
left.
not?
Oh yeah, we found it. And yeah, so we had to like be on a 45 to try and stay in the water. And it was just too much. It just kept pushing us into the sandbar and just rode us onto the bar. It wasn't too bad because we just jumped out and walked it. But yeah, just the wind was the killer for that day and really that weekend.
But it's like that, if a wave hit that front came over, like we would have sunk because we were already overloaded.
The waves
But
were
yeah,
like-
you
they weren't
guys were
huge.
packed with swags and
that thing was
food,
overloaded.
like,
yeah.
Like way overloaded.
So you would
So-
have been sitting low.
Yeah, the transoms already like when you're stopping, because I've got a short transom. But when you stop, it sort of comes up pretty close to the top of the transom anyway. But because we were all loaded and we had old fat legs there, he had to be at the front of the boat to like bring the rear of the boat up.
Yeah.
Because like when you slowed down, the waves were slapping over that transom. I'm like, if we take on much water, we're just gonna.
That bilge is working. It's working
I got no
pretty fucking
bilge,
hard.
bro.
Yeah.
Fucking no bilge.
We just got a bucket and
Bucket,
string.
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, you got to dig through
bailing out.
everything to get to the bucket and string.
Like once we got that nose down, we were sweet.
Yeah.
We could get up to decent speeds then, but
Once you're on the plane,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
yeah. But it was just without that, you're bogging yourself down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting nowhere.
But it was sick. I'd do it again. In a heartbeat, man. What's the worst you can do? Lose a boat, swim to shore, have a good story. Maybe catch some fish this time. I don't know.
That'd be novelty, wouldn't it?
So I was working
Catching fish.
last week and was talking to a customer that was 20 nautical miles offshore. And for anybody in New South Wales may have heard this news story. Anyway, the prop shaft seal had failed and ended up starting to take on water. Right. And this is, again, 20 nautical miles offshore. And tried, as I understand it, tried to make way to head for home, call Mayday, whatever. On the way back, it basically full catastrophic fail, ended up losing. And we're talking like a decent fishing vessel here, like a good, 20 plus foot fishing vessel sort of thing, game boat. I'm assuming, seeing as though they were going for Mako Tigers. But anyway, lost everything. It went down, and within minutes, sort of thing. And it all goes to show what sort of safety equipment. Like my understanding, again, the captain, inverted commas, and the couple of the deckies. One of the deckies could not swim, and they were pinned in. They were below deck, I believe, and they were pinned, and the captain had to drag them out, and ended up trying to get to the EPIRB as well, obviously to let everything go, and obviously, send positions and whatnot. Anyway, had to swim under, and then at this stage it was probably 3 meters underwater to get to the EPIRB. Ended up accidentally bringing up the fire extinguisher instead. And yeah, pretty gnarly sort of scenario. And one of the I think how it ended up going was one of the guys had his iPhone in one of those life cases sort of things, and he managed to somehow get some sort of reception and message a sister ship offshore and give some. I think he ended up dropping a pin in the end. And,
Jamal rocks up. Good job there, Nuba. Sorry, man.
5 stars. It still asks for your name to confirm.
In all seriousness, like that, that was probably one of the most hectic scenarios I think I've heard in regards to an offshore sort of situation where if anything could go wrong, everything went wrong, sort of thing.
Yeah.
EPIRB didn't go off. Someone couldn't swim, couldn't get reception. Yeah, just purely by luck, one of the deckies had his phone in a life case and managed to get reception to drop a pin.
Yeah.
And then, all airlifted to safety, thank God. Like, gnarly situation. So,
See, this is where I'll get scared because Caleb seriously can't swim. Like, Couchy's like
can
pretty
tread
much.
water. I can tread water.
For what, a
Struggling,
minute? Half a minute? Max?
Long enough. I'm not a strong swimmer, but
Couchy's like Aquaman. Like, just can talk to fish and that. Like, because you know,
I was like Dory in Finding
no,
Nemo.
your natural athleticism, you just spare right, you'll be fine. So I figure, you've got like
Thanks,
a safety thing with Couchy there. I'm useless, like, don't worry about me. I'm just following a butterfly. I'm just like laughing at you all.
You'd have the life jacket on upside down and just head down under the water, feet up in the air.
But that's the thing about the water, man. You're so like at its mercy. Like
100%.
something goes wrong, you're screwed. You're just done.
You're definitely out of your element. Like,
Yeah. You may as well just take the pineapple.
did you guys come across any frogmen or anything like that in your
Frogmen?
Yeah, like those that.
Oh, I see it.
like a mythical creature.
No.
So, lizard people, yes.
Lizard people, yes.
We're smoking DMT or doing something crazy. Some acid. There ain't no water in the desert, man, in Afghanistan. Having said that, we had 2 Afghanis die because they couldn't swim and went for a swim in an aqueduct with body armour on and drowned.
Fucking hell, righto.
So, yeah, go figure. Yeah. Oh, that's odd.
Yeah, ouch.
Very odd. All right.
Quite the conundrum.
Yeah. So lucky I wasn't Biselli.
But
yeah, wow.
we have a mutual friend actually who was a Marine. And he went through buds and all that. That was like just looking at the videos and things from buds. You like stuff that.
Yeah.
Oh, screw that. I mean, water breaks people at the best of times. The worst that we had it was you had to jump into a bear pit before you did the bayonet assault course. And it was like Singleton, so it's like 4 degrees. So it's cold for us here in Australia. And you jump in and your nuts hit your throat and you're like, and then you got to find the aggression to get through a bayonet assault course, mate. That's probably the worst that we've got it.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that like little obstacle course. That was good fun.
You enjoyed your nuts in your throat.
No, you just man up and get through
Oh,
it.
yeah, you're right.
But no, I like it. That was good. The obstacle courses are good. I like
They
it.
were. They're okay. But other than that, man, nothing like spectacular.
Yeah.
Water was, I did a little bit of water stuff in Darwin and here in Port Augusta. Nothing crazy. It was like learning how to like sit on a Zodiac with a gun and do a beach landing. That was about it. Yeah. See, it was weird though because we did it in Darwin. There's crocs and box jellyfish in Darwin. And it was box jellyfish season and we were out there and I was hungover as man and I remember doing this one landing and I'm just then like I couldn't care. So I'm just floating in the water, just swimming, enjoying life because, you know, when you get in the water you sort of don't feel as crook like when you're hungover.
Especially in Darwin.
Yeah.
It's definitely
After a night on Mitchell
underwater.
Street,
You
sure.
don't feel as cool, but I'm not sure about on top of
Yeah.
water.
Well, you know, like your body's under the water clearly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just referencing the dive trip I had hungover, and I would feel like absolute shit on the surface, and you get about a meter underwater, and weirdly, it just disappears, and you're good. But it comes back again as soon as you start getting to the surface again. So about a meter before you hit the surface, you just start feeling just crook.
So all we need to do is develop something that you can consume alcohol 1 metre below the surface of water, sell it.
Yeah, submersible bar or something.
Yeah.
That would sell.
Business idea. I like it.
I don't know how you're going to serve drinks, but or you're going to bubble it under the water. Just would that okay?
Just
Straws?
through your regulator, like a camelback sort of scenario. Just through your regulator somehow.
One for oxygen, one for.
You need like a little like a junction tap in your airline.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can plug it in and just get a shot.
Like a tit. An artificial tit. Boom! Because, man, sometimes I wonder how that kid breathes.
Lactation.
Back on the mammary glands.
Good fun.
Oh, boys. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, guys, so this is a good little chat we've had. But we've got an early morning, so we should probably wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
You don't.
Well,
I don't really.
You don't, do you?
you don't.
No, I was thinking about fishing tomorrow.
You won't. You'll tell us you're going
If you
fishing
get up
and you'll
at
pull out.
Sparrows,
Eh?
if you're getting up at Sparrows, sure.
Actually, the weather's like ripper all tomorrow.
It's perfect.
And I was thinking about fishing tomorrow.
Well, just do it. Don't think
Just
about
go,
it.
yeah.
Just do it.
Maybe.
I want to hear reports tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe. I want to see who shoots the best at the range tomorrow. You're all going to the range?
Yeah, well, there'll be reports.
See how we go.
I want to put money on it, actually.
Well, we are having a competition, so
Is there an actual song?
There's meant to be a comp.
there's a
I think.
comp. I don't know if we're going to be competing
If
against
it's
each other.
coached,
A coached comp.
whoever's got the F open gun with the wind collar, done deal. The 7 mil sword will kill it.
Yeah.
Well, do we have a little just a running competition between the four of us?
Yeah, giddy up. Let's go.
Let's just do our own.
What's the wager?
Yeah, what's the scenario?
I don't know. A little input would be good.
I don't know. You threw it out there.
Yeah, Six group
ounces of
F
meth.
standard scoring. F open. F class scoring.
They'll score F open. They won't be able to do it because they're all going to be different guns. But whoever's got the proper rig, you're shooting hunter.
Yeah.
Get a massive
See if they're
But yeah, sport hunter will be different. But if we're all
shooting
if
from
we
the same platform, that'll be the best you can go.
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
It'll take too long.
ignore the rifles that we might be shooting
So you're going to be running.
because they're all 6.5s, I think.
There's a 308.
Oh, there is a 308, is there?
So someone's disadvantaged.
With the
Whoever's on the 6.5, yeah.
You got 3 308 shooters on this table, bruh.
Nothing wrong with just
Yeah, I'm used to aiming 10 metres above a target.
But you hit it.
they'll get 2-siders as well. So it depends who's coaching.
2-siders regardless.
Is it going to be steel tomorrow?
E targets.
So yeah, that brings
just
back
takes the
all
fun
the
out.
different
Well, we might be
disciplines.
sighting on steel. We might be sighting on steel though. We won't be sighting on
Lower
steel.
light.
I'm not sure if they have steel there, do they?
Yeah, I don't think it's
The electric.
steel on lower
but
light.
sighting on steel.
See, this is where we should have just went to
A
Monarch.
lot of NRA, Star Rangers, etc. can't shoot steel. That's a
Yeah, there's a lot.
range restrictions.
Yeah, okay.
But then it's weird because Monardo, where it's sitting, the highway is right there. So how is shooting steel safer there than somewhere? Like, what's the thought process behind that?
I can't. I've shot there before at a very windy day, and I've come on a target, and the buffeting was so hard, I had a bus coming in my crosshairs. It's offhand shooting, that is.
Oh, you should point downrange.
Tried it. But reportedly, the template, that's a template.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There's obviously regulations and stuff, but you hear like some ranges like Bukanga that we go to, there's really nothing around, but yet they're supposedly their trace or something doesn't allow certain steel targets or something.
So I did find out in SA it's a set trace, so which is even weirder.
Template,
Because-
it's a 308 template, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and which is even weirder because they should have then put the rifle range the other direction along the range, and then the pistol range is in front of that, and a berm in between, and they could have got like a kilometre range in. That makes no sense unless you've been there, but
It is what it is, I guess. Too late to change it now.
it is.
But yeah.
Oh, well, I think we might have to make up the competition tomorrow when we see
there's
what's there.
something. Yeah.
We'll find something. This is just a tricky way.
We've got to make it a way to be equal playing field as well. So we'll just break one of Damo's fingers, like his trigger finger.
I don't do that shooting.
Yeah.
That's not my game.
Shooting without a trigger finger.
No, as in prone belly flogging.
No?
Shooting in the shed, yeah.
What's it? Yeah.
At all.
I used to, but there's something a lot harder than that.
Well,
Yeah, so you do your sort of stage, like, what would you call it? I'd think of like a stage set shooting.
I just do
like,
all offhand shooting.
Yeah, okay.
Not like 3P or anything.
I can.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah, stand up full offhand. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Out to 5
5 under
Yeah, with the 17 H.
offhand.
with a 22.
Yeah.
Air rifle.
With a 177.
It's the old break spring air rifle, yeah.
Look, 5 under offhand. That's
It's impressive. That's
yeah. That's
offhand's never really
and
that
you can
fun.
do it like consecutively
consistently
because you'd be able
because you can shoot really woefully.
you'd be able to do it once, but then your follow up you'd choke.
me.
Like your natural athleticism, you'd be like impact, but then you'd be like miss.
But they were like
Oh.
I
It's
suppose it's
consistent at least.
the best offhand shot I've had is that Fox at like 180. Yeah, and that was
2
that was alright.
kilometers.
It was around.
Settle down, Mark and Sam over there after work.
So,
Go
but
there.
there's nothing crazy impressive.
180 offhand's pretty good, man.
That's standard, mate.
Nah.
You can't shoot. Yeah, you struggle to see out the grass.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
When did you hit your last stag?
that's all right. That's coming.
3,
That's coming.
4 weeks ago.
I pretty much gave you guys a good spot. I took the hard spot, let you guys take the easy open area, knowing you two would get a stag because I've got stags up in Queensland. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's all right. I took one for the team.
Just next time, give us an invite to Queensland.
Come to Queensland, man.
Done.
Next week.
Easy.
Yeah, done. All right, sorted.
Cool. All right.
Stags
You
next
heard it here,
weekend.
folks.
I'm down.
I think
I think we're
it's
done.
probably about time we leave it there, guys.
I've got a piss.
Well,
Well, we can wait 5 minutes.
just wait while we wrap it up and just end the thing, mate. Can you just do that for me?
I can't, man. I can't.
Well, we just drag this out. Like, see how long it can last.
Anyway, we've got to say a big thank you to our guests this evening,
Cheers,
Tom
guys.
and Damo, for joining us on the pod, talking about a shit. Hopefully people have learned a bit of stuff as well about some different laws in different states. And, yeah, hopefully you've
Amount of
learned
breast milk
something.
secreted and
Yeah.
there's plenty of little
Learn
facts.
about
Don't
Josh's
fish
fetishes.
off the rocks. That's what I'm taking away out of this.
Same-
That's the take home from
Safety
this
101.
podcast.
Yeah. Don't follow Dame or Tom to the rocks.
Nah, it's been a good chat. I like it.
It's been good fun. And look, honestly, this is just 5 of us sitting in a room having a few tins and enjoying a bit of a yarn. So
In a hotel at
Don't look at time.
don't timestamp us, mate.
Yeah.
Like, it's all good. But no, it's getting late, so we'll wrap it up there, and we'll catch you again next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
It's good to have you back, actually, Josh. So welcome back.
Thanks.
Catch you next
Busy
week.
making babies.
Getcha.
Catch ya.
Hey, Daddy.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses high caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.